Welcome to the Obsessed With podcast. We are your hosts, Kim and Erran. We've been together since 2007, and we are the co-founders of Travsessed.
And we've also been full-time travelers since 2012.
That's right, crazy.
Which is insane. Join us here as we pull back the curtain with fun, juicy, and honest conversations. We're gonna dive into all the things that you might be navigating too, like figuring out how to add more travel and adventure into your life, which PS, this is our specialty, navigating big transitions, relationships and marriage, deciding whether or not kids fit into the picture in your 40s, and most importantly, how to create a life of freedom on your own terms.
Consider this podcast your official permission slip to unapologetically do life your way and be able to change your mind a million times along the way and know that you are not alone.
Our goal with this podcast is to create a fun, zero judgment, happy hour style space where we can all just hang out, have real conversations, and navigate all the life things together.
So grab a drink, settle in, and let the obsession begin.
Woo!
Welcome back to the Obsessed With podcast. Kim is giggling at something. I have no clue what it is.
Just looking at your muscles.
Oh my God. Okay.
Well, the way you're sitting here, it's like straight up, but your hands are crossed and like your arms are kind of like out and like flexed like this. I wish we had a video so people could see you, but it's very like bam.
Okay. Well, with that being said, welcome back to the show. We are back for another week.
We're going to keep it spicy with kind of continuing on with some relationship chats. We thought, so last week we ended the podcast, we answered a card from our Travsessed Afterwork Deck, which just sparks conversation about relationships. There is sex in there, but it's very, I don't know, it's just good conversation, well-rounded about a lot of different topics. And we pulled a card and we ended up being like, we could have talked about so much on just this one topic.
I have two things to say about that. Number one, I really love the Travsessed decks in general, right? But After Dark is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because we put this together to be kind of more loose once the group gets more comfortable with each other to kind of have a conversation. But there's no right or wrong answers with this. It's just kind of what we noticed is it sparks a light, kind of people express their opinion, and then it opens up to get to know that person a little bit more on like the way they think and their answers and how they feel. And it's just a really cool, lighthearted way to have some serious conversations that aren't, I don't believe, what's the word? Like electric, like, or polarizing, or, you know what I'm saying? It's just like just a fun. Yeah, just fun. And then number two, after last week's podcast, Kim and I were super like lit up after. Like that was a lot of fun. And I really like that. So I'm glad we're I really like the way that conversation went. I want more of that.
Yeah, agreed. We are recording this actually. So we did an update last week about me starting my new job and how I had the Sunday Scaries. And I was like, oh, I'll update next week. But we're recording this on the weekend still ahead of time before I've started my contract because next week is going to be crazy with both of us working and all the things. So we thought, let's just record next week's episode so we have it so we don't get behind. So next week, we'll share kind of how the first week went. So that's why we're not talking about it because I feel like that would be weird.
Any updates?
Before we get in there, I do want to talk a little bit about the Travsessed travel kits. Yeah, because this has been something. So basically, we're creating these, we're calling them travel kits because I feel like that's kind of fun. But they're itineraries of all of our trips. And basically, it's a list of the trip, the itinerary, all of our local contacts that we have on the ground to connect with, which is, you know, amazing to have when you're going to a new place, because those local contacts and partners that we work with, and a lot of them are friends, can really elevate an entire experience. So we have all of that. We have restaurants. We have things to do to like swap out of the itinerary, where to stay, why, hotels, areas. Like basically it's all of our research and all of our, like, not even research, us experiencing it ourselves firsthand on the ground as travelers, going somewhere and really taking the time to cultivate incredible experiences and what we feel are kind of worth it, things to do, places to go.
Well, I was going to say too, like, again, when you and I plan these trips, there are things that you and I go and do that are super exciting that we really love that will not work for a group, right? For instance, that waterfall we went to where we were exploring the different waterfalls. Like, we went to that one we were riding down on the inner tubes and like
so fun.
we went down all those stairs to that beautiful waterfall, and it was a really fun day. But for a group, we can't get a big van or we can't get a big bus in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of stairs, and so it's kind of one of those things that, like, do you put a group through that or not? Like, but Kim and I loved it, and there's a lot of those things in all of these kits that we're doing that we might not put a group there, but Kim and I love them ourselves. And it's a really cool thing that if you went to Bali or wherever our itinerary is, we have both of those because we've spent so much time in these areas planning for these groups that we do things for ourselves and for the group. So we're including all of it.
Yeah. And how these kind of came about is we plan group trips for, travelers, and we're not going to stop doing group trips because, again, group trips are something completely different, right? Like, they are fully hosted. Every single detail is planned for you. You just show up. We've got everything else covered. And they're very much about community and connection and friendship and joining as a group to do things together, right? Like, nothing will ever replace the energy that happens on a group trip,
Nope.
right? But we were realizing that we were getting more and more, DMs or messages or emails or whatever of like people who are like, gosh, like, I really want to go to Bali with you guys, but I can't make the dates work. Or I really want to go, but I just want to go with my husband. I don't really want to do a group trip, but do you have any tips? Like, where should we go? What should we do? Blah, blah, blah. And like, that was happening more and more. And we also realized that group trips aren't for everybody.
Yeah.
Right. And so we wanted to be able to, and I just think we plan amazing experiences. We're really good at it because it's something we really are passionate about and love and enjoy. And we make it our mission anywhere we travel, even before we had Travsessed.
Yeah.
Even before that, like, anywhere we went, I did, weeks and weeks and months of research and planning so that everywhere we went, we could get the most out of it and try as much as we could, experience as much as we could, find the best places. That's always been our mentality with traveling from day one.
Well, on top of that, we've always had even like Uber drivers or anything. Like, I've lived here 30 years and you guys have done more and taught me about my own city than I even knew was there.
Yeah. Yeah. Even as healthcare travelers, right? So abroad and at home, it's a passion of ours. And I think that's why we're really good at creating these trips, because it's something we really, really love and are good at bringing together. And so the travel kits are a way for people to be able to experience these kinds of trips, but not have to go on a group trip, but have these kits that really, so with the kits, like, we're not booking anything for you or planning anything for you or handling your logistics, but it's a way that you're like, dude, like, I know Kim and Erran know Bali. We've been going to Bali for 10 years. Like, we know that island. We have the best connections there. And so it's for somebody who's like, I really want to go there. I don't want to do a group trip, but I want all the ins and outs that Kim and Erran do with their groups and like places to go, things to do. And I want that leg up without having to do months of research because I know that they've already done that. And so it's using those travel kits as a foundation to really create and build your own trip. You can follow the itinerary exactly because I have an actual day-to-day itinerary that you can follow to the key or to the T, or you can swap things out because there's lists of like, you don't want to do this, you do this instead. But it really gives you the foundation to have an amazing trip. So I'm currently working on the Bali one now. It ended up being a lot more work than I thought because I want to make it super valuable and adding in as much as I possibly can so that you can have it and you can look at it at your own time, at your own pace, and really plan an amazing trip. So we're starting with Bali. But our goal is to create all of our Travsessed trips into these kits and then beyond. Any new place that we're going, anything we're doing is not only creating a group trip around it, but also these little travel kits for people that maybe want to go on their own. So be on the lookout for that. They're not ready yet, but I just wanted to kind of touch on that a little bit.
Yeah.
I know so many people are excited about this. And we're excited about it. So stay tuned for the Travsessed travel kits.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say?
Nope.
No. Oh, and just real quick on the Travsessed front, we will be getting ready to launch Travsessed New Zealand and Bali will be next for 2026.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're interested in that, just know that that's coming down the pipe probably August, September.
Love it.
Launching for August, September.
Love it.
So, okay. So you want to get into some questions?
Yeah. So again, we had said, right, that we're just drawing from.
Did we even say that? We literally didn't even say that.
Because of last week, we drew from the deck. And what we thought for this week was we realized that the topic that we got, we could have done a whole podcast on. And so what we're going to do is just kind of draw through the deck, in my opinion. You could have a different opinion. But until we find that one topic because some of the questions might not be that much of an answer. Like you said, the last one was like long-term relationship or one-night stands. Well, I'm not talking the whole time on that. So move on to the next question. But you know what I'm saying?
I figured we'll just kind of pull from the deck and we'll pull
quick fire
a couple of cards for the length of time that we have.
Yeah.
And just kind of wing it.
Love it. Go.
Yeah? You want me to pull the first one?
You're pulling them all.
Really? I like when you pull.
I bet you do.
Oh my God.
You drew a blank one last time. Why are those still in there?
Why are you pulling blanks, bro?
Shooting blanks.
Okay, this is the exact thing. That's why I shuffled the cards. And then you don't shuffle the cards. Well, this is why, because it's the exact card I got last week.
You horrible job shuffling.
I didn't shuffle because you yelled at me last time I shuffled. So I didn't shuffle them. That's what I was just saying.
Okay.
I shuffled them last week and you yelled at me.
You're not even shuffling. Like that literally just was like a clump.
Here we go. Don't shuffle shame me.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe love is more about timing or effort?
I mean, do you want
to? So, I feel like it's both. I don't know, because here's my thing. If you met your person, how could life would have to be crazy to say the timing was wrong. Like if you and I met and we knew we were each other's like person that we wanted to do life with and be partners, what would have to be off with the timing for that not to work? Well, I guess if I met you and you were in a relationship or vice versa, because timing would just not be the right time.
Yeah, but you're telling me that the time, if I was in a relationship and we met and we knew that we were just like, like this, I just feel like there's too many gray areas to say it's going to work once we actually get to the nitty gritty of a relationship. So I don't even think that's the only thing that I've ever seen in timing is in movies. Hey, real quick, we hope you're loving today's episode and we wanted to take a moment to keep you in the loop. If you work in healthcare or you're a healthcare traveler or you know someone who works in healthcare and is interested in fun adventure travel, you've got to know about our Travsessed adventure trips. And listen, we get it. Working in healthcare can feel really demanding, overwhelming, and stressful. We spend so much time taking care of others that we forget to take care of ourselves.
So let us take care of you on a Travsessed trip. Once you sign up for a trip, we literally take care of everything, the planning, the logistics, and all the little details. So all you have to do is show up, have fun, and make unforgettable memories with a group of like-minded, adventurous travel friends. This is your time to step away from the chaos, recharge, have some fun, and come back feeling like the best version of you. Everyone who comes on a Travsessed trip says you come as strangers, leave as family. Literally. Travsessed trips have sparked dozens of new friendships, adventure squads, and travel soulmates that last way beyond the trip.
And honestly, it's not about the places we go. It's about the amazing people you meet along the way. We personally plan every itinerary based on our own travel adventures, so we have been there, done that, and know all the best things to do and see that you would not find on your own. Plus, we've got some awesome local friends on the ground to help us make each trip extra fun, special, and totally unique. Our trips are for active adventurers who like to get out of their comfort zones and push their limits. And the best part? We keep our groups small and intimate so you can form real connections like really, really fast.
So if you're ready to ditch the planning stress, find your adventure crew, and travel like never before, head over to imtravsessed.com and grab your spot on one of our next adventures.
That's imtravsessed.com.
Or you can send us a DM over on Instagram at Kim and Erran G.
That is KIMANDERRANG.
Just DM us the word adventure and we can chat more about it. You can also find our Instagram, our website. Everything is linked in the show notes below. Also, at the time of this recording, we have 3 spots left to join us in Oaxaca, Mexico in 2025, which honestly is one of our favorite trips. Yeah. So you can head over to our website, check that out. And we also have so many more fun adventures coming your way in 2026.
We cannot wait to see you on one of our life-changing trips. Now let's dive back into the episode.
Well, because it's also like, oh, the timing's off. Like, what if I wanted to go travel the world and you were like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm like really into my career. Well, then it's just not the right person. So I guess timing would be off. Maybe if things were different.
But it's also like, okay, we talked about this last week. Do opposites attract or do similarity, like being similar?
No, but we're talking about timing.
I understand that. And I think it all comes into play, right? Because what do you want from your relationship? Right? Because if you wanted to travel the world and I was in my career, I don't know, like that's an interesting conversation because of the fact that like it could be timing of like, I can't just up and leave right now, but you're going to go and experience the world. But then again, I just feel like you're going to come back a different person.
Right. So I think when it comes to timing, I believe that you're going to be led to like your person. And if it's not the right timing, it's not your person. I think that effort has everything to do with a relationship and love. Like, because it says, do you believe love is more about timing or effort?
I don't think they're two in the same.
Because effort is about being inside of the relationship and watering it and pouring into the relationship. Like love can only grow with effort, right? Like I don't believe like love is enough. You can't just be like, we love each other. Like, no, like you have to commit daily to that relationship and pour into the relationship and add into it and choose the relationship every single day, right? Like that's effort. Or the relationship will slowly, I don't care how much love is there. If you don't put effort in every day to your partner, then it will slowly start to kind of dwindle. Right?
Yeah, but okay. I think it's a horrible question.
Yeah, fuck this question.
No.
Let's move on.
No, we're not moving on.
I don't like it.
It doesn't matter that you don't like it. You can get to the bottom of it. Like,
but,
I have a lot to say on it.
Okay, go ahead, because I'll tell you why I don't think this makes sense.
Okay, but that's what I'm doing.
Okay, go ahead.
Like, good God.
Go ahead.
I think it should almost be broken up of like, they shouldn't be a one or the other, right? Like, I think that's silly to say timing and or effort. Like, no, because like you said, effort is in anything. And I honestly firmly do not believe, you can roll your eyes or do whatever, but you know that this is my MO. I don't believe that you're ever recreating the wheel in any sort of way. Everything's been created, and I find the more you look at things, the more similar everything is, right? So if you almost have a template for one, you can have a template for all of them. Meaning, if you want to be healthy or you want to work out, please stay with me and I let you talk. I would like to share my entire thought. And
I
then
am
you can share
listening.
without any sort of eye roll, shoulder, like, let me speak.
I am.
Okay. You set a decision from the beginning, right? Of what you want out of this. Okay. Do you want to be really good at something or do you just want to get by? Right? And whatever that is for you. But if you actually want to lose a lot of weight, you want to play the guitar, what you're going to put into it is what you're going to get out of, right? So like if I practice 3 hours a day on the guitar, I'm going to be a lot better than if I practice once a week, right? So like for me, that effort question goes into relationships as well. Do I value my relationship and want to have a really good one that we both feel happy and satisfied and loving? And so you have to put effort to make that work. If I wanted to learn a different language, I might learn a couple words, but if I put a bunch of effort into it, I might be fluent. Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
So I 100% see what you're saying. And I'm going to tell you why I think this question's bullshit, because you're talking about being in a relationship where this question, is this about meeting somebody, like the timing or the effort in meeting somebody, or is this inside of a relationship? That's why I'm like, do you get what I mean? Because it's like, do you believe love is more about timing? Like you found your person at the right time when you both were there and available? Or was it about effort in meeting that person? You put the effort to meet them? Or do you get what I mean?
Interesting.
It's not, I didn't read it as like being in a relationship. So that's why I feel,
okay.
I feel a little bit like,
Okay. Talk on that then.
okay, from our experience.
Just your own personal opinion and then our experience.
So when you're meeting somebody,
the timing wasn't right in our relationship, but I put effort into it.
So I was literally just going to say that. So if we're going into taking out your inner relationship, take that out. Like we're not talking about that, right?
Okay.
Which is kind of what we were just saying. But when you're actually meeting somebody, is it about timing or is it about effort? And
now it's a good question.
Well, right. That's why I was like, this is kind of confusing. We should elaborate more on this. When you're meeting someone. So when you and I met, it was not the right time because I was in a relationship. Right? So, which is interesting because again, I believe that if you're in a relationship, and again, you and I were just friends, but clearly there was like underlying feelings there, obviously from you, but like from me too. And I was the one in the relationship, but the relationship was so tumultuous and we broke up all the time. It wasn't good. Like it wasn't a healthy relationship because it's interesting because you wouldn't have, so timing, I was in a relationship. If I would have been in a happy relationship, because that's the thing, like you and I are in a relationship. I go to work and I'm working with a guy. I can't even imagine having feelings for somebody else. Does that make sense?
Right.
Because you and I have a solid relationship. So what? Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm interested in what you're saying.
Okay. So like, it's like unfathomable to think that like being in a relationship with you, but having feelings for somebody else, like I did, right? Like that's crazy to think about. But because our relationship was just so bad and so yucky and we were breaking up all the time, there was room there for something else, right? And you were that something else that came in. But on paper, it wasn't the right timing because even though I was in the relationship, even when we broke up, I was still like, dude, like I was so emotionally drained from that previous relationship that I was like, I need a break. Like, I don't want anything to do with guys. Like, I need a step back from relationships and men in general. I didn't know if I wanted to live in Florida anymore. You know, like there was so much going on. The timing was horrible to get into a relationship. But you put in a lot of effort. And that effort, like you kept showing up. And even though like, I'm like, I don't want to be in a relationship. Like, it's not like you were like pushing yourself on me in like a bad way, but you just kept showing up like, and kept like, okay, like, let's do this. Or do you want to hang out or like come to a barbecue or like come to the wedding, which eventually ended up is when we got together. But you kept putting in that effort.
It was persistent.
You were so persistent. And so that eventually led to us becoming in a relationship.
Totally.
So timing was shitty, but your effort kind of brought it all together.
Totally. And it was calculated effort. I knew, one, pressuring you and being like weird would have like ended it right there, because you have to be able to have emotional intelligence enough to know what's going on. But I always knew that I wanted to keep my name and my presence at the forefront of your psyche.
In my mouth?
Sure.
You want to keep your name in my mouth?
But just like, so what did I do? I was like very, like your friends knew me. Like it was always like, oh, your friends are coming up. Like, let's go hang out. Like, I'll go show you guys around. You can come hang out with us or whatever. Like, and I knew that I was your common link up there as like your go-to kind of person. And so then it was like, all right, well, that's a good avenue to play, right? Value, and then I'll be around, right? But like never pressuring you until it got too much for me, right? Like I can't do this anymore, blah, blah, blah. But so yeah, I made sure, calculated effort of like making sure I was available on Thursday, Friday night, because as a pattern, you always broke up with your boyfriend on the weekend. And I knew. So you're going to be looking for something to do because you never set plans during the week because you were with him. And then now it's the weekend and you want to do something. So like I always made sure that I was available, but I also was still living my life in the fact that if this turned and you guys got married, like what am I doing? Like that's silly, right? So timing, you're right, was way off. I could have easily gone out with my roommates and like actually fell in love with somebody and like that would have been it, right? Like who knows what could have happened in that interim 3-4 months that we were going back and forth.
Yeah.
But I knew that I was always putting myself in position and closing off any sort of next step with anybody else when it came down to where my mind was with you. I will say I was looking at you funny because what you just said, and I want you to elaborate on that, because you and I
boobs.
You and I have different opinions when it comes down to soulmates.
Yeah, okay.
I don't believe they're soulmates. I believe that people are in your life for a time being to teach you something. And if something was to happen between the two of us, I don't think that you were the only person for me. There'll be somebody on the other side whenever that shows up that's supposed to guide me through that next phase or whatever it is. But you've gotten me to here. You took me from here to here. And if something were to happen between the two of us, I feel the same way with both of us. You kind of elaborated to that, even though you disagree. And what you were saying is if we were at work together and you were in a happy relationship, even though we are quote unquote soulmates, you wouldn't have found me attractive nor wanted a relationship. So therefore, we were not each other's person, right? It just so happened, timing, like I said, we were supposed to meet at that time to take us either all the way through life or until that point ends.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But you were like, I believe in soulmates. So soulmates means no matter how happy you were in your relationship, we met at work and something happened because we're like, wow, we're supposed to be together.
Yeah.
When you just said you didn't feel like that would be possible.
With you. Like, I couldn't imagine that now. So like the place I was in then at work, going to work, being in that relationship.
Right.
And, you know, having the feelings that I was feeling for somebody else or what I was doing, right? Even, you know, hanging out with you all the time and stuff. Like, that is so, like, can you imagine if I did that now? Like, that would be insane. I couldn't even imagine doing that. Like, I almost feel bad for the guy because, you know, he was always making me feel bad about, like, I don't think it's okay that you're like always hanging out with him or that he's at your house or, you know, you guys are always together. And I'm like, you're like crazy. Like, you're so crazy. Like, he's my friend. There's nothing more. And like making him feel bad for something he had every right to be like, bro, like, that's not okay.
Agreed.
And I actually understand why he felt that way.
And why he would show up behind me at work and threaten me.
Yeah, because I get that. Like, it's like, that's like weird, right? And if I was doing that, like if I worked with at my new job, like some guy, and I was like, he's my best friend, like we're gonna go and
have lunch together.
Yeah, you would be like, what? Like, so I could never imagine doing that now because you're my person. I'm happy. Like, I get everything I need from this relationship. So I'm not like looking on the outside where I don't feel like there's space for someone else to come in.
Agreed.
So it goes back to, I feel like you're my person because it was the timing. If we would have met, what? I feel like I kind of feel similar with you as soulmates. I believe that there are souls in this lifetime to connect that are meant to be together. They're brought together to walk out this life, whether that's sharing a dream together or the children they're supposed to have together, or whatever that is, but like you're brought to people for a purpose in this life, and that you're, no matter what, you're going to like find your person. And that might look like I don't know. It's interesting because like if I didn't live in Florida, obviously I wouldn't have met you, but I feel like then I would have met that person that I was supposed to like do life with. So I do feel like you are brought to your person, and I hope forever. But I do agree with you on that it serves purposes. And some people have different relationships for periods of time because it serves a purpose for that time. And then you move on to the next chapter. And so I actually agree with you on that.
Well, it's completely faith-based, right? Like,
yeah.
And I think that also allows me to show up to the best version of myself every single day, right? Because I know that if I'm giving it my all and what I can do the best of, like if we ever run into, like you said, like what if you would have went down a healthy path and I wouldn't have, right? And like, or whatever it is, right? That drew us apart. Like you went down this path because you felt passionate and I didn't come along and we grew apart, right? But like we were together for however long, and like I feel like you went down that path, but maybe me reminding you and all these kind of things put you in that path where you wanted to go, and like you went after it and we were no longer together. Like I just believe that like I am completely 100% fulfilled. I feel like I become better every single day in this relationship. Like you are the person that I am supposed to be with. And like I just have faith that like you said, we continue on down the road for hundreds of years, right? Like together, but
there's no but. Don't you dare.
Like we work in the hospital. We know things happen, right? Like
if I kick the bucket and you remarry, I will be haunting your ass.
Okay.
You will just see me in the corner like, boom, motherfucker.
Right. And that's something I'm aware of. But it's
I'll
like,
crawl in the bed and cuddle with you. Wait, are you going to remarry when I pass?
No, I don't have it. What? Like, yeah, I have people lined up. I have like this whole thing. Like, no, babe, that's not even something I would even think about.
I want you to grieve me forever.
But what I'm saying is if you're going with soulmates, that means I'm a Canadian goose.
Yes, you are. You're a penguin.
Do you you want to think that, yes, right? Or do you truly believe that? Right? Yes, I would like to think that like if I kick the bucket, you don't have them lined up like waiting to go to like, okay, cool, what's my next chapter? Like that I had an effect on you.
That's not even funny.
why isn't it funny when I say it, but I'm like asking you the same question just to get to the bottom
because
of the
I
fact
can't,
that,
I
like,
would never. I can't even
you
fathom
would
it.
never remarry no matter what.
No.
Even if you found somebody you
just said right away. Like, I can't even imagine that.
No,
Like,
I know, but that's what I said. The whole point was like, I hope you don't have somebody right away, like bouncing around, like ready to go. Like that's what I'm saying. What I'm getting at is like to say that you're like a Canadian goose or a penguin that like that I'm it forever, no matter how happy you are with somebody else.
what do you mean?
Buddy, I don't need to spell it out. Like, you know what I'm saying. And if you believe in that soulmate whole thing, there's no one else for you after me.
I hope that I don't have to experience that.
That's not the question.
I believe that we'll be together forever, and
That's not the question.
We're gonna die together in the bed, holding hands.
Okay, I hope so.
Holding each other, and Mimi LaRue, because she'll also be here forever. Okay. So that's what's gonna happen.
I get that. That's a beautiful. Okay, I'm seeing that. I'm not gonna get.
No. I hope I never have to deal with that. Yeah, of course. Like, realistically, yeah. Like, I would love to be. I feel like you're my partner. You're my person to do this life with, to walk out this life with, to do everything with. Like, no question. I do not question that. Mm-hmm. And God forbid if anything were to happen, then yeah, of course, like I would always want you to be happy. I would want me to be happy. So I don't believe it ends with us. But like, I hope that it does.
I hope that it does as well. And I guess I was just saying that you can make that choice of like, no matter, I might have a companion, but that doesn't mean I'm ever going to have a deep relationship or anything like that. You could literally
so superficial.
Okay. So it'd be more about needs.
Well, I don't want you having sex with anyone.
Okay. I can see. I was asking you, and I was saying that that's okay if like you draw that line.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I don't, it's if you're having the conversation, you're having the conversation, which I respect both ways.
Yeah.
And just like, I would actually, and I have actually thought about, like, there would be no one like you. So I would be filling a void for a companion to, like, whatever it is, right? I don't know what that is. It could be like a dog that I just like hang out with all the time.
Or
like,
a cat.
Okay.
I feel like you'll move into your cat
or
phase.
a mini pig.
Yeah, that's okay.
Or that goat from Bali, from Gili Tea. Okay. That might be my new friend.
You could have a little farm.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Okay.
Next chapter.
That way I have places to run and you can stay in the barn.
Okay.
Okay.
Haunting?
Yeah. I'll just
doing my good haunt?
Yeah.
I really will haunt you.
Okay.
But they do say that men go first, typically.
I mean,
that's what I've heard.
Okay.
We just got life insurance, and the women's is always less expensive. Men, no matter if you have the healthiest score in the world, which PS, I got the healthiest score in the world for my life insurance. We got to work on Mr. Pups a little, but we are. God, you're freaking expensive. Yeah. But because men typically go first. So they're always more expensive.
Well, you got my family genes to compete with.
Don't say that. Don't jinx it.
I know. Anyway, all right.
That
this went dark real quick.
Yeah, why are we talking about that?
Flip the question. That was a good one. I'm glad you clarified that.
What? The soulmate thing?
No, the question.
Oh, okay.
What was the other question on that card?
Well, I don't know if I want to get into it.
What is it?
Because I lost the card.
No, you didn't. It's right beside you.
Oh. Because this could go into a thing that I don't know if I want to get into, but how do you personally build trust in a relationship?
I mean, what is it? What's the Ed Milet?
Well, yeah, that's to yourself. Trust is built on the promises that you keep to yourself.
Right, but I feel like it's the same thing with a partner.
Yeah, of course. Like, trust is huge, obviously. Like, trust is the most important thing. I think the reason why I didn't want to get into it is because we obviously had a couple of incidences that caused distrust in the relationship. Trust is the most important thing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting because, up until I was dating you, like I cheated on every boyfriend, lied, like really just didn't give a fuck about anybody but myself, didn't really care. And like, you're the only relationship I've ever been in that like never lied, obviously never cheated, but like, what?
No, go ahead.
No, you did a face.
No, I'm saying like,
I've never, ever, 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 ever said a lie to you.
okay.
It is the most important thing. Like, I feel like I'm almost like overly transparent because it's something that meant so much to me. Just coming into this relationship and like who I wanted to be in the relationship and trust and transparency and stuff. And so that was always really important to me. And then you've always been a very like trustworthy person, but we've been together 17 years and you've lied to me
Twice.
Mm-hmm.
But they also came out.
But I've never lied to you. That's why I didn't know if I wanted to get into this.
But they also came out through conversation, right? And addressed and learned from, moved on from, and kind of like really tried to grow. Do you trust me now?
Yeah. Of course I do. I think, again, trust is the most important thing. It really is. And we've always said from the beginning, of our relationship, of just in conversation of like, we would, like, no matter what, we'll always be together unless there's infidelity. And then there would be no question. Like, there wouldn't be a sit down, let's kind of talk about it. Let's whatever. It's like, that's a non-negotiable. Never, ever, ever would ever come back from that because the trust would be so broken. Like, there's just no way you could come back from it. Like, you couldn't rebuild. We were always super clear on that because I feel like when trust is broken, even in like the smallest form, right? Because like one of the lies you told me was that you had quit dipping, but then I caught you dipping and you were lying to me about it. And I'm like, I can see you're dipping. So again, it wasn't, but it was still the lie, right? It's not like what the lie was. Cause like, it's not like you lied in like, oh my God, this crazy way. But it's like, for me, trust is so important that if any sort of lie is like, shows me that you're capable of not telling the truth because you don't want to get in trouble for something. So you'd rather lie about it. And it's the lie that creates all the issues.
Well, no,
because if you would have just said, hey, I know I quit, but I started again. I just couldn't stop. I'm sorry I didn't tell you, blah, blah, blah. Well, like, that's something we can talk about.
No, I agree.
The lie is the problem, not the offense.
And even talking about it now, as simple as that sounded, that still is the fact that like what you're saying has depth. Right? If you're able to lie about you quit dipping, but you have one in your lip right now and I can see it. Like, and then to go through the length of like, remember I brushed my teeth to show you that it wasn't there? Like, and
we were on a boat. You didn't brush your teeth.
That's not true.
Yeah.
It was in Seattle.
No.
It was in Seattle.
Oh, that was another time when I smelled it. This was on the boat, on the sailboat. Remember? We were with Katie and her boyfriend. We got into a fight on the boat.
I actually don't remember that.
Well,
I remember the one in Seattle. That was the big one where you came out to go to the bathroom and I had put one in. And then I was like,
oh, no, yeah.
And I was like brushing my teeth. See, like.
So.
Anyway, but
again, like that's such a silly thing.
But I get what you're saying.
To lie about. Yeah. And it's always for me the depth of it, of like the capability of being able to lie scares me so much. And that caused a huge issue for us.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like if you can't, so building trust is doing what you say you're going to do, always following through with what you say you're going to do, and never, like, what is there to lie about? Again, I just feel like even like the other time you lied to, I don't know, do you want to talk about that or not? We don't have to.
I mean,
it's kind of irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's kind of, we don't need to get into what it was, but it was a huge issue and we both played a part in it. But again, it wasn't what you lied about. It was the lie itself, right? About it. And it's just never about the thing. It's always about the lie. Like, I feel like you and I could talk through anything, like whatever is going on, you could always talk about it and get to the other side. But if there's a lie there, it's almost impossible to move through, at least for me. And after that, I was like, it became the non-negotiable again, like the infidelity, non-negotiable. We know there's no conversation there. If there's ever a lie ever again about, I don't care. The dumbest thing, like I'm drinking water, but it's seltzer, like whatever. It'll be a non-negotiable.
No,
I will never forgive and I will never trust you again. And I will walk away and I won't even, like, it will be done for me.
Yeah.
Because that's how important
But
trust
I think
is.
that's the building, right? Like that's the only way, especially because there's no like explaining. You can explain like we did. We talked about, like you said, there was 2 parts in that, but like it was all lost because of the lie, right?
Yep.
Which obviously was talked about and came out. It wasn't like that you found out another way or this or that. Like we had a conversation that came out, blah, 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 learn from it, grow from it. But when you're building a new standard, there has to be a no net platform, right? So then there's a choice of like, if I choose to lie and I get caught in this, that's it. And so is our relationship worth this lie? And I think that's from the beginning, right? It should be that way, right? Until those ground rules are set. And I think there was a lot of growth, a lot of things to come out within our relationship, another stepping stone to work through. And we both stepped up on that stool and said, okay, I'm ready. Like, let's go. As tough as this is going to be, let's figure this out. But with the ground rules of there's no more net.
No, the net's gone.
Whether it's, did you just pee on the seat? No. Well, I'm staring at the, right? Like, nope, didn't do it. I didn't even go pee.
Yeah.
Right? Like that would, no, like that's it. Right? Because that's the line.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think trust is the most important thing. Because if you have to have like tabs on somebody, or you don't believe them, or you're questioning them, or you're like, they're capable of not telling, like, I don't know how you can live like that. Right? Like,
right. No, I also want to say, like, I know that is a huge core for you, right? But on the real thought process, if you take that thought and break it down, I've always said, when you're adamantly telling me, like, I've never lied to you, I've never lied, like, one, I won't know unless I catch you, right? Like, there's no way to really tell.
well,
Like,
do
you
trust
could
me?
literally be like, no, I do. And that's what I blanket trust. But to like overly state with aggression, you've never lied to me about anything, right? Like, and then what is that line, right? Is that a line of like, oh, I flubbed a couple details. So what is the actual definition of a lie in your opinion? And one, if I don't have anything else to compare it to, or actually have the actual fact in my hand, like, there's no way to prove that you lied or not. So I've always known that is a big core thing. But when you're telling me that I've never lied to you, I just have to trust that you're telling me the truth, because there's
you have no
way
reason not to.
Correct.
Yeah.
At this point. But to like overly say that you never have.
I'm not saying it like a gorilla. I'm saying it out of, like, I'm proud of like, I've never lied.
Good.
And I expect the truth, because I also give the truth. And I think just coming from my past too, of how I used to operate in relationships and stuff and like be so dishonest and like not care at all about who I was hurting as long as it was serving myself and I was doing what I wanted to do. Like I knew going into the relationship with you that I wanted to do things very differently. And I'm really proud of who I showed up as in this relationship. So it is something I'm very proud of like, I've never told you a lie. I really don't even think I flubbed anything. Like if I'm really being thoughtful and honest and like thinking about even like spending, you know, people like, oh, I gotta like hide the packages or the spending. It's like, I don't feel like I've hid things from you. I just don't. I just feel like I put everything out in the open and I don't know. I just haven't.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
I mean, there's a couple things.
Oh, okay. Juicy. What?
Well, when you're putting it like that,
Okay.
like, I mean, are we really going into this?
What do you think I've told you flubs on something?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know them.
What?
Like, for instance, you knew that I was going to propose.
Oh.
Because
that's
you
not
hid
a
things.
Lie.
That's not a lie?
Okay, explain why.
How is that not a lie? You literally thought, which I gave you zero inclination or anything, that you got jealous in some way and I was like getting your ring to propose.
Okay, well, we have to tell that story now.
Okay.
So the story goes, because you saying I had no reason to not go through your phone. Okay, I will say this. I'm not somebody who believes in violating people's privacy and going through people's stuff. Like going through some, like, I just feel like, I don't know. I don't think that that's something you should have a habit of doing. I know like a lot of girls, like they have to know their partner's like codes, even though we know each other's codes, but like to get into their stuff, to go through their stuff. I'm not like a proponent of that. I've done it a couple of times in this relationship and there was always an intuitive feeling behind it of why I did it. It wasn't just because I'm like, oh, like I need to like do it. But I still don't. What?
Just because you can justify your actions in your own head doesn't make them not wrong.
No, I know, but I'm just saying like sometimes you do go through people's stuff if you have a feeling and usually you're right. So
right, but you also never told me this until years down the road.
Yeah.
So that is a lie for many years. If you are all about the truth, as you state you are,
okay, that's fair.
Then you would have come to me and said, I just would like to point out, I had a feeling, I did something wrong, I found out something, and I would like to talk to you about it. But your fear of how I would react.
How long? Well, hold on. Let's tell the story first so people aren't like confused about what we're talking about. So before you proposed, he designed a ring, an engagement ring with one of our friends who is a jeweler. And I had no idea this was going on. And then there was a girl that you worked with who will remain nameless, but she was very like, I don't like flirty with you. She would sit on your lap. Like she was very like flirty and over the top with you. You don't agree with that?
I don't, because of the fact that she was married. I knew her husband.
Please.
We were all like cool.
Okay.
Like
she was flirty, very flirty with you.
Okay.
Whatever.
This was also at the peak of your jealous state.
100%.
You were unreasonably jealous.
That's true. This is true. That's a topic for another time.
Yeah.
But yes, I was very jealous and insecure at this point. And so, but I still feel like she was like just kind of over the top flirty with you, whatever. Never got good vibes from her. She just always kind of gave me the ick and like a weird energy. So we're at home in the apartment and your phone keeps going off texting. You were like kind of being weird. And I was like, who's texting you? And you said her name. And I was like, okay, why? And I think you said something like she wanted to see what I was doing or
work.
It was like, you know, when you have those conversations that you can just tell are off with the other person, like you're like, they're not telling me the whole truth. Like it was very bizarre and you were being weird and you were being secretive. And it was like I could tell you were hiding something. And so,
I was.
Exactly. But the fact that you used her name.
Perfect.
So that's where it started.
What's funny is like, I guess like that's where my naivete comes in of just like, yeah, it's her because there's nothing to hide.
Okay.
And like, honestly, I did have something to hide.
Well, okay. But from my perspective, you're being secretive. You're being weird. You're talking on your phone in secret. You're saying it's her and just being weird. So I was like, okay, red flag. That's weird. And so you go to the bathroom and I go through your phone because I'm like, why is he being so like secretive? So I go through your phone and find out that you were talking to George, who was our friend, who was the jeweler creating the ring, and said the ring was ready and with the pictures and all of that. And so I was like, I felt like the biggest asshole because now I knew.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, two things. So I felt like such an asshole. I wish I never had done that, right? Of course. Like I can't go back. I wish I never had done that. I wish I never had saw that. But I also am like, why? And I think we've talked about this before and you were like, I don't know, but why would you have said she was the one texting you? Like, and just been like, oh, it's like, so like, why did you choose her? You knew how I felt about her. So it was a very odd
because
thing to
I don't
say.
lie. I can't, it's hard for me to lie.
But you weren't talking to her.
Exactly. But like, what am I going to tell you?
Why'd you say her name? You should have said
George.
Yes.
I don't know. But I don't know. But again, when you're trying to hide it of like, George, well, what about? I don't know, because you were also friends with his wife and like, it was like a whole thing. So then it's like, well, Melissa hadn't said anything about that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it would have been a weird,
I know.
And then it's just on and on and on. So I thought if I said Laura, you would just end it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, opposite happened. And yeah, so I did know, and I didn't know when, or I didn't know any of the details, but now I knew you were going to propose. So, but I felt like I told
you. Did not.
When did I tell you?
Long time down the road.
Really?
Yeah. So when you were just mentioning that, like,
no, that's fair. That's a fair point that I did not tell you.
Right.
That was dishonest.
Correct. And if you would have just come out, if there's nothing to hide and you are all about the truth, then
what is your thought on lying? This is my personal definition. Lying is I've asked somebody something. So point blank, are you dipping? No, I'm not. You're lying. Now, versus withholding information.
It's a lie.
Hold on, let me ask. So me not seeing you dipping, me not knowing you were dipping, and you just choosing not to tell me or to let me know right now isn't lying.
Oh.
No. I'm just interested in like not right or wrong, just like an interesting like perspective of, is that lying, or are you just withholding it? You just choosing not to tell me?
I feel like it's all deceitful behavior.
You feel like it's all deceitful?
100%.
Okay.
Because why wouldn't you tell me? If you're so transparent and you are like, I like to know the truth and I like to tell the truth, but you know what? Like, he'll never find out about this, so therefore,
because
like,
I felt
might as well
bad. I didn't want to ruin it that I knew.
Exactly. But if you're all about the truth and having the conversation, just choosing to keep it, right? I feel like it's in the same category.
Yeah,
You can't
I think-
justify one thing and like, you know what I'm saying?
I
So,
think
like,
that's fair. I do think that's fair because I should have just talked to you about it, but then I didn't want to ruin this surprise. I didn't want, because it's
but
like,
you could say that all the time. Like, I didn't want to disappoint you by saying I was weak and I started dipping again, right? Like, so I could have like completely hid that forever, right? Like, but that's still deceitful behavior.
okay, so it's still deceitful.
Correct.
But it's not a flat out
So
lie.
you're capable, if you can't actually, in my opinion, the line is if your first thought is like, ooh, I hope he never finds out about this because I don't want to ruin this, or he'd be upset, or this or that, then you know that it's something that is, you probably shouldn't have done it. And now, like, so then that's the choice of integrity of like, I'm going to come forward and have this conversation because I believe that our relationship is strong enough to survive it or not. But I want to live with integrity enough to be able to have that conversation.
That's fair.
Right. And so I think they're two in the same. If I would have asked you, did you go through my phone? And you said no. Do I think it takes it to a whole I think it's worse.
Yeah.
So there is a level to that. But I also believe if you're taking a stance around I've never done this,
that's true.
What I'm stating is you've never been caught.
Okay. Well, that's I mean, that's fair. That's a great example because that is true. But what would you have done though if I would have, before you proposed, and if I would have come to you and been like, hey, like, I'm an asshole. I thought something suspicious was going on. I went through your phone. I saw blah, blah, blah. Like, what do you think you would have done?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I can't tell you because...
Really?
No, we were so early on in the relationship and like...
Well, 6 months.
A little longer than that.
Well, we started dating in October.
Uh-huh.
And then you proposed in June.
Right.
So...
What is that? October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June.
8 months.
Looking at like 8 months, right? So like we're early on in our relationship. We're also best friends or good friends for 3 months. So we're almost at a year of being in each other's lives. Right?
So would you have rather have me come to you before you proposed and just kind of explained where I was coming from and apologized? Or are you glad you didn't know going into the engagement?
It's too hard to tell. I know like my opinion now is different because it worked out as it was supposed to.
Yeah.
But like the act of like my surprise and something that I found to be so special was ruined due to a jealousy, weird behavior that was uncalled for, whether you put the story in your mind or not. I never did anything to make you believe that this was a thing.
Well, yeah, but your behavior was being very suspect in that moment. It was very like, he's 100% hiding something. I did not know it was an engagement.
So you're telling me that if I surprised you with a pug of something that you really wanted, and I was being weird, and like your sister was helping me out with it, and I was like, it's your sister, blah, 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 you would have this feeling of like, I'm going to go through his phone because I think Erran and my sister are involved?
Well, not now, but we were really early in our relationship, and I was very in a different place than I am in now.
Correct, but you see my parallel here.
Yeah.
Okay. So like that's what I'm saying is like
anyway.
I don't know what that would have been, right? I don't know because the surprise would have been ruined. I feel like it would have tainted a lot of stuff. I don't know. I think I would have been able to get over it. I think I would have felt very respectful that you came to me. Like, wow, that's really cool. I think our relationship's a lot stronger than I even thought it was going to be to have that conversation. I feel like I've always been somebody that can have a conversation and deal with tough things as long as like we're having a connecting conversation to move forward, right? But I don't know. It's too hard to say. I mean, it was 17 years ago.
Yeah. Okay, anything else?
No.
So no other
I mean, I
things
think there was some other times, but I can't, like, I can't really think.
because there's not.
Okay.
Is there?
No, I mean, that was just one that popped up of like,
Okay. Well, I think for the most part, been a pretty honest,
yeah, we've,
outstanding gal.
yeah. And I think we've grown and learned and come out stronger
100%.
through all of them. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all you can really set it upon, right? Like, what do they say? Like, it's not the mistakes that define you, it's the action you take to not make those mistakes again.
Yeah. And how you learn from them,
Mm-hmm.
you know? I think that's one thing we are good at is we've had a lot of stuff that's come up in the relationship, but we've always we've always not even tried. Like we make it a point
Yeah.
to be like, what's the solution? How can we grow? How can we be better? Because if you're not doing that,
Well, right.
people are going to make mistakes and fuck up in relationships, right? We're not perfect. We're humans, like living this life together. You're going to do things, but it's like, how do you move through them?
Right.
Now, if I would have continued to consistently, go through your phone, or if you would have continuously like lied about dumb shit, like it wouldn't have worked, you know?
Correct.
So it's like, you have to like better the behavior,
Totally.
but
And you have to want to.
yeah.
So I think that's the answer to the question.
Oh my God. That's like the longest question ever.
Yeah. It's interesting. I didn't even know that was in that deck.
Yeah.
It's a very deep question.
But it's really like at the end of the day, the question itself isn't deep. It brought up deep stuff for us because it's something that
So what's a superficial answer?
how do you build trust in a relationship?
Just don't lie?
You follow through with what you say you're going to do. Like, and we always say that is like what we were just talking about this the other day. Like we got into an argument. What was it? Oh, about my dad's birthday.
Yeah.
And this was literally last week when we were.
This is why we didn't record a podcast last week.
We were literally going
Or
to
2 weeks
sit
ago.
down and record a podcast. And about last week's episode, the relationship one. And
That wasn't the whole argument, but it's a piece of it.
excuse me, I haven't even said what the argument was.
Okay.
We were going to sit down and have and record the podcast, but we got into an argument. But my dad passed away and he would have been 70 on 6/26. And this is something that has always been, he passed away 8 years ago, which is crazy. And it's always a day of reflection for me and just like, oh, happy birthday, Poppy. Love you, miss you, whatever. And I've always just wanted you to acknowledge, and without me having to tell you, because I always like kind of lead up to it every year and always tell you like, and all I want you to do is like, give me a hug. I love you. Happy birthday, Poppy. How are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. So simple. And you again forgot. And it really, really upset me because it's like, if something's important to you, like you make sure you just remember. You put something in your phone, you remember, you're very capable. And anyways, the conversation was, you apologized but again, you were like, but I understand like my apology is empty unless I actually make a change. So next year, we'll never have this conversation again. And so the trust is putting the action behind what you say you're going to do and actually do it. So then you build trust with each other that like, I know if you say you're going to do something and work on it, and then you show me that you are, that builds the trust.
Right. And to be honest with you, you're absolutely right, which now I have a yearly reminder 1 week before and also the day before to remind me of your dad's birthday. I have done that on the day he passed.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was more important. It's not that important with his birthday. And to be honest with you, I didn't really have a relationship with your dad.
Oh, I know.
And I was not involved in that time frame of his life and you and all that kind of stuff. So his like time framing doesn't have anything to me. It's all about you.
Yeah.
Right. And so, okay, cool. But I do feel like we've had conversations around his birthday it was the day he died, and then it became like now it's the birthday and the day of he died, and all the right. So I have a lot of these things in
2
my
days,
phone
yeah, just
that
not
I
that
have
complicated.
to set. No, I know, but it's about understanding that even though that's not big for me, it's big for you.
Mhm.
Right. And so therefore, yes, I don't know why I didn't have his birthday set in my phone for a yearly reminder. It's there now.
Yeah.
Right. And so.
Yeah. But that
wasn't what the argument that
well, that was a part of it, wasn't it? Yes, it was.
No.
Oh, God, I forgot.
No,
yeah, you're right.
That was a full knockout, drag out after the gym.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, we were like, let's go to the gym. We'll come home, record the podcast. It comes out Thursday. Perfect. I have the day off. Blah, blah, blah. Literally got into a huge argument after the gym. Didn't speak to each other
for that
all
whole
night
afternoon.
Long. Yeah, it was
We talked in the evening.
Yeah.
Remember, we talked until like
4
8.
hours. For 4 hours, we talked.
Oh, and I was like, I'm literally not talking to you.
And then your dad's thing came up in that.
Yeah, because I was upset about that.
And his
birthday
birthday
that triggered.
was the next day, which then I woke up that morning. We were driving to the gym. There was attitude. It was because of your dad's birthday, but I felt like we had just talked about it the night before, so I didn't know I needed to do it again. But
my God.
But now we've talked. Now that's what led to the whole thing of like, okay, cool. Like I got it.
Sometimes it's hard when you have to I struggle with this, but also I think you have to in relationships. It's like, oh no, I hope you're not getting called in.
How have I not had my phone?
Because it's right there on the counter. Who is it?
Nothing.
Okay. Which we won't get into the whole argument because I feel like that's another episode that we could dig into. But, right? Do you agree?
Yeah, we don't need to. Remember we said we were going to do argument of the week.
Yeah, I kind of liked that, but I just don't we're almost done.
No,
so
we're way over
rehash that. But sometimes, I'll end on this, is that sometimes you do have to tell your partner what you need. And I sometimes want you to kind of know, or to do what I want you to do, or what I would do and what I need. And I would love if you just knew that and got that and understood that and showed up for me in the ways that I need you to show up, right? All partners want that or think that. But at the end of the day, we're not mind readers, and we are different people and different humans with different wiring in the way that we think about things and what's priority to us, or just how we go about things. And so sometimes you just have to tell your partner what you need. And then it's up to your partner building that trust that they hear you and they are going to show up and put the action behind it.
And care enough.
And I think that was the thing, with my dad. I was like, dude, how many times do I have to tell you how much this means to me? So make the fucking effort. You don't think about it, but it matters to me. So but I had to just tell you. And then even the next day, I'm like, no. Sometimes you just have to be so forthcoming of this is what I want. We wake up first thing in the morning. You give me a big hug. You tell me you love me. You say, happy birthday, Poppy. How are you doing? That's what I need.
All right. I'm going to, Your Honor, I would like a continuance to sit with my client to discuss, but I think this needs to be continued. I have a lot to say about this too.
Why are you grabbing?
Because I have to pee.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is yes, I agree. Right?
Yeah.
But it's not more or less of what you're saying I should do, because to be honest with you, I commend us both. And as annoying as that was, for me to ask you, what does that look like? And I even said, is it the day before? Is it the day of? If I wait till the day of, are you going to be upset with me on the day before? Because I'm not thinking ahead and being hey, I noticed you're a little sad today. Is it because it's the day before your dad's birthday? Or what is the line that I have? Because I would like to know that moving forward, because I believe that anything outside of that is psychiatric warfare in a relationship. And I do not like playing psychiatric warfare.
And I'm like, it's not that complicated.
But
just have emotional intelligence to like ask someone how they're doing.
But
it's not that complicated. You're scaring the dog.
Emotional intelligence is a perception. Like, I'm not saying that I don't want to be there for him. I'm saying, like, what is the best way that I can do that? Because for me, that stuff doesn't matter to me, right?
And
like,
you're so literal.
But we're two different people with two different brains that go about situations two different ways. If we were saying Erran's so literal with the fact that the car is broken down and he got us off the side of the road due to his literal brain, now I'm a hero. But if I want literal, like, transparency in what I can do to help you, now I'm not emotionally intelligent enough to read the signs.
Yeah. Well, right. And I want you to be more emotionally intelligent.
Okay.
So, moral of the story, sometimes you just have to tell your partner exactly what you need. And it's up to them. You've told them, this means a lot to me. This is what I want.
Correct.
Very literal. And then it's on them if they're going to put the action behind it.
Correct. You drew the line in the sand. I have no boundaries outside anymore. You've painted the picture of what it is that you want from me. If next year in June, I do not come forward, I have no excuse.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you painted the picture. And I actually thank you for doing that because it gives me clear insight of how I can be there for you.
Anytime. Are we ending it here?
Yeah. Done.
Okay. Well,
these cards.
We only answered one card.
I know.
This is why I said I didn't want to answer the second question.
Well, I mean, it's good. That's the whole point of these cards, right? It was to, I don't want to have any rehearsed conversations when we're pulling cards.
That's true.
So it needs to be from the cut. Like, let's go, right?
Yeah.
And that's what it was.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, well.
Also, I just want to say one more thing.
Oh my God.
I just thought of this.
Okay.
You said on the trust thing, you just have to trust me that I've never told you a fib.
Okay.
Right? And because I've never, ever given you a reason to never trust me.
Okay.
And we've established that you've lied twice in this relationship.
Okay.
But there could be other times. I just never knew. So isn't that the same thing?
100%. But that's what trust is, right? It's like faith.
Right.
Right? Like, you can't see it. You just believe, like, and you have a core belief. And it depends on how strong your trust is or not. Right? So moving forward through the conversations that we've had when those lies had come up and what came out of that. How did you feel after? What have my actions been after? How important was that to me? How much did I grovel and say, dude, you're right. Like, I get it. Like, I totally fucked up. Like, there's no reason for that. I can't explain that away. All I can do is try to understand it and provide that it will never happen again. But that's how you move forward, right? Because it is the same thing. It's the whole point of what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I can't come to you and be like, oh, I've never lied to you.
No, because you have.
Exactly. But I've never caught you, right? Like, do you see what I'm saying? I just have the trust and the blanket trust that you never have because I believe your word and your integrity and who you are as a person.
Yeah.
So I trust that.
And you should.
100%. But
you don't have a reason not to.
You hear how
do you
aggressive
get what I'm
you're
saying?
being? It's almost
because you
very
don't
like,
have a reason not to is my point.
It's almost like I have nothing in the closet.
I do have
and then I'm like, but I want to, like, there's just
I have a
nothing
reason not to. You don't.
Correct. I got you. I got you. But do you not hear me? Like, I'm just saying that's what trust is. Trust is faith, right? You don't see it, can't prove it. You just believe it.
Through action.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. Through action.
Yeah. And knowing the person and their integrity and how they are and how they show up.
Correct. What are you wanting me to say to you?
I just think that's interesting.
What? Okay, that's so 007. Like, what?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Are you good? I'm dancing in front of you. Like,
let's end.
Okay, that just weirdly ended.
What do you mean?
It's just a weird way to end. Like, it's so like.
No, I was just thinking, but in my head about things. It's in my head.
Okay.
It's fine. Honestly, I don't literally have one word to say.
Okay, you're staring at me
like, because you have a massive booger at the end of your nose.
I do not.
Oh, there you go. Exactly.
That's
Would I lie?
Okay.
Would I lie? Would I lie? Was there a booger there?
There was.
Exactly.
But that's not why you're staring at me like that.
No, because I was just thinking, but I really don't have anything else to say.
Okay.
It was just an interesting contrast.
Okay, can we end it?
Yep, we sure can.
We will see you guys next week.
I'm exhausted.
I think I'm not pulling a card for a little bit.
You're pulling the next card.
Okay, I'll pull the next one.
All right.
All right. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode, and we hope that you really, really enjoyed it.
And if you did love this episode, can you please do us a huge favor and just share this with one of your friends? Like, just somebody that you think will get value from this episode. It would mean so much to us.
Yeah, like do it now. Like while you're inspired, go now.
Like right this second.
Yeah,
go. Or just like share it on your Instagram story and tag us at Kim and Erran G so that we can see it and thank you personally for helping us share this message, share this episode, and blow this baby up.
Yeah, help spread the obsession.
Ooh.
You can do that.
Let's get obsessed.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Thank you so much. We are so grateful to be on this journey with you, and we will see you next week.
Bye.